Alright, y'all, I'm here about to learn the CSS box model by building a Rothko painting, which I think part of me already knows the box model, but who knows? Let's just continue going and see if maybe I don't. So we got to start off with the basics here. So we got to start off with doc type. Let's just run through this. HTML, close that. Do they want the HTML heading in my doc type, or do I put that separately? Element with the language set to, okay, so they also want it separately. So we got HTML equals, hold on, because they be doing a bunch of different things that I'm forgetting, like how to even make this equal something. And I'm gonna do slash HTML, close that off, drop that down, and then we gotta do, they want head, and then we gotta also close head here, come down, and then we gotta do I can't wait till I learn how to code without looking at my damn keyboard. That would be something. And then body drop here. I probably did this part wrong. Yeah, I figured. You should have an opening tag with, oh, I'm stupid. I put equals. Yeah, we don't gotta even talk about that. I had a feeling there was something wrong. It's because when you jump from like JavaScript to HTML to this, you start like trying to do things that only work in certain areas, and it's crazy. So we basically got step one down. Not basically, we did. I need to have my notes open for later though, but that's okay. We'll figure that out. So within the head element, add a meta tag which sets the char set to UTF, which I normally do. So meta char set equals UTF/8, and then add, oh wait, I think it may need to be uppercase. Oops. /8 and a title element with the value Rothko painting. So I'm gonna go title, and then I'd like to personally, oh, I need to close that, my bad. But then I'd like to personally close this before really getting into the details. Painting, perfect. With the body element, add an image. Oh my gosh, I haven't added an image in so long, y'all. This is scary. Image src equals, I believe this is how you would do it. Image src, I don't think it has a closing tag. If it does, probably like that. Okay, perfect. So we got that. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, this is the image. Okay, so this is the box model image they're basically trying to show us. But I keep saying basically, that is literally what they're doing. They're showing us. All right, whatever. Step 3. In the CSS box model, every HTML element is treated as a box with 4 areas. So imagine you receive a box from your favorite online retailer. The content is in the item in the box, and in our case, a header, paragraph. My bad, I had somebody filming over there. Or in our case, a header, paragraph, or image element. So change the src image from that to this one. So they want me to change it up, which I don't know why they put the link there because I almost copied the wrong link. So we got that done. So just change it up. Step 4, the content is surrounded by a space called padding, similar to how bubble wrap. Oh wait, actually I can't even see what it looks like. Okay, there we go. So we got the right one. This one is better. Think of a border like a cardboard box your item was shipped in. Change the CRC attribute to this one now. Okay, so they just keep giving me new ones. They're trying to show me everything. I don't get why we don't just put them all on the same page. Well, now we got 2. Somehow, I guess that's probably 2. So margin. Why did they make the margin look bigger on that one? So margin is the area outside of the box and can be used to control the space between other boxes or elements. Here, the bottom element has a larger top margin, pushing it further down the page. Facts. Now that you understand the CSS box model, let's get started on the Rothko painting, which I feel like I've already understood this to an extent. I normally don't go in order though, like I don't do margin, border, or I think you're actually supposed to start from inside, so I think you're supposed to do width, height. Obviously content, width, height, padding, border, margin, but I feel like I just go crazy, but I do need to honestly think of that a little bit more often. But it says that we can remove this element and go on to the next step. So add a div element in the body. Set the class attribute equal to canvas. This will act as the canvas for your painting. So we're gonna go div in here, close that off. Oh, I'm not even typing, embarrassing. Div in close it off. And we need to set the class equals canvas. Oops, can't even spell canvas correctly. Alright, got that done. Before you can start styling the div you added, you need to link your CSS to HTML. So add a link. Okie dokie. Don't gotta remind me. I know exactly how to do this. I've been doing this for too long. Let's see if they want. Do they want me to call it style sheet? Okay, they do. HREF equals. They love to call theirs styles.css, and that always throws me off because I just call mine style. Can you please add that? There we go. Now, even though your div has no text, it's still treated as a box with content. Write a CSS rule that uses canvas class selector and set it to the width of 500. Here's a CSS rule that sets the width of class card to 300 pixels. Okay, so this is easy. So we're going, what the hell was my thing? Okay, canvas, and we're going to do width. I believe it's 500 px is what they put. Yes, sir. Become a supporter. My bad. I think I skipped a couple parts. I forgot to click record, but that is okay because there was a bunch of stuff here that we already figured, right? So we gotta wrap that one into a div. So we're gonna close this div here, but they want me to give this one a class of frames or frame. Perfection. And now we are here with the CSS. So write a new rule for frame. Oh, sorry about that. And then we're going to border. Use the border shorthand declaration to give the frame element a solid black border with the width. Okay, so we're going border. And I don't know if I do solid black in here. And then I do width of 50px here. Okay. Oh. You know what? That makes sense. I don't know why I completely forgot that you could end up doing that. At least I knew you could put solid black in there, but I didn't know you could put that all in there. That's crazy. That's actually insane. Oh yeah, because it's the width of the border, not the width of the actual frame. So the frame is too much. I mean, the frame. Can I please? What are they talking about? There's nothing here. Oh, why does it not pop up here? Whatever. Probably gonna need to leave this open then. What the hell does it look like? Oh my goodness, what are we making? What the hell are we making? The frame is too much, too wide. And actually, oh yeah, we deleted it. Never mind. I was like, where is my picture? The frame is too much, too wide. In frame, set its width to 500 pixels. So we go 500. I love when they don't let me type when I'm typing. 500 px, perfection. Now let's see what that looks like. Okay, we're making things look a little better. They're looking a bit better here. Oh, my lighting. Sorry about that, y'all. My lighting might have been just terrible for a second. Using padding to adjust the spacing with an element. So in frame, use the padding shorthand property to increase the space between the frame and canvas elements by 50. The shorthand will increase space in the top, bottom, left, and right of the elements. So I guess we're just doing padding. I was just straight up doing padding 50px. Okay, I was gonna say I'm not too sure what the hell we was doing. Honestly, should just leave this open. So okay, guess you can't. Actually, I probably should turn on my other monitor. And if I turn on my other monitor, that should just leave that open. I'll do it later. So use margins to adjust the spacing outside of an element. So using the margin property, give the frame element vertical margin of 20px and horizontal margin of auto. This will move the frame down 20 pixels and horizontally center it on the page. So I love me some margin, but sometimes margin be getting me mixed up because I be doing stuff like this, then it don't work. And it worked for the first time. Hallelujah. Hey, listen, as you can see, I know what I'm doing. It's just sometimes I don't. But this auto is normally how I center it. I'm not sure if this is how people do it. Somebody gave me like a flexbox rule you could do. You can honestly, I think, do anything to be able to center it, as long as it's center, right? All right, so on to step 16 here. Oops, close that one. Add a new div element inside of your canvas element. well, this isn't inside of my canvas. So add a new div element inside of your canvas element and give the new div the class 1. First of all, oh, this is inside of it. Okay, they just cropped it out. Okay. And we're gonna go target that in here, I'm sure. We're making the width 425 px. And now what is that doing to our image here? Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Where the hell did my image go? Now I'm about to cap. Oh, I guess that's how you can keep it open. It's technically an extension, but it just wants to act like it won't stay open. Oh, I guess this is better. Probably would like it to be opposite, but it's okay. So check the code. That's nice. On to the next. So now set the height. Okay, so yeah, they're basically just teaching you through straight up what it means to do a box model here. So now you got the height looking like that. I kind of would want this, my code, to be smaller. I can see my code perfectly fine. If this bothers y'all, oops. Anyway, set the background color to 1 to that. Background color. Oops. Yeah, I feel like I'm more like clean with CSS and HTML now. That I don't really struggle too much doing it, but like I said, when they told me to make a clock, I was kind of like, hey. But this though, this right here, this is actually pretty sick what they just made me do. And I honestly wouldn't even really know how to take a note on how this just happened. I guess what it was is that they made the first one just take up the whole page, the background color. Because there's a CSS project like this that I kind of want to do. But so they made it take up the whole background color, and then they added this and changed things up with the width. But the project that was showing me, it was like things were triangular, and that was what threw me off. That's what made me think I couldn't do it. All right, we're here with step 20. Use margins to position the one element on the canvas. Add the shorthand margin property with a vertical margin of 20px and a horizontal margin of that. Now, I'm not sure how the hell you do that in one margin. A vertical margin of 20px? What are you saying to me, brother? This is the only thing I know how to do. Oh, I don't know why they did it horizontal and vertical, but you got me messed up. But I get what they're saying. I think they mean like this and then like this. We made a bed in Minecraft. Now, dot 1 is centered horizontally, but its top margin is pushing past the canvas and onto the frame's border, shifting the entire canvas down 20 pixels. So add padding of 1px to the canvas element to give the one element something solid to push off of. Okay, so we're back. Oops. I'm trying to use JavaScript up in here. 1px, close that out. Okay, perfect. Now we gave it some room, but we have to go back to canvas to do that. Sometimes that's where I get a little bit frustrated, is when I'm trying to make something move inside of something and then it won't move, and it's because I should be doing the padding in the other one. But yes. So adding 1 pixel padding to the top, bottom, left, and right of canvas changes dimensions to this. But replace the padding property with overflow to set to hidden, changing the canvas back to its original dimensions. So am I changing it to overflow or hidden? Alright, what is that saying? You should set the overflow property to hidden. Oh, hold on. I'm assuming I keep that. And then I'm supposed to, I didn't even know overflow was a property. That's why. This is actually the first time I've learned about this. I need to take a note on this. Overflow. And then hidden too. I never seen this before, so what does this do? Probably hides it. Okay, calm down. Don't yell at me now. Alright, overflow hidden. Alright guys, so I'm going to end up ending this video right here. Hope you guys enjoyed me learning about CSS Box Model. Now, I knew it to an extent, but I feel like this actually is breaking it down a bit more, especially with that picture how you start with the content, then you do the width, you do the height, then you get into the border, I believe, and then you get into we got a little help here. We got into the padding, we get into the margin, right? I guess it doesn't really matter which way you go because they did border with padding. I think the only thing that matters is that you have all 5 or 6, depending on what it is, in one, so you can really target every single part of it. And yeah, so hope you all enjoyed. Peace.